Rick Sharga is with RealtyTrac, a firm that tracks foreclosure trends across the country. Rick, it's good to see you in the flesh. We usually talk on the telephone.
Long distance.
All right, let's talk about Stockton, California for just a second. What happened there?
Stockton had a lot of people overextending themselves and buying houses they couldn't afford with risky loans. When the loans reset, the houses weren't worth as much as they were when they bought the house, and they all went sideways.
All right, so all of California is really suffering. You see problems across the board there. Let's talk about all the markets across the country. They're having problems where you're going to see these high foreclosures. Give us some ideas here.
Well, California certainly is unique because of affordability issues. You're having similar issues in places like South Florida. Certainly areas like Nevada, Las Vegas, and particularly states like Michigan and Ohio, the Rust Belt. There are different reasons that are driving a lot of the foreclosures. The underlying factor that raises all the boats is the subprime wave.
You know, this, as we just saw, spells opportunity for some people. Is now the time to jump in?
If you have financing or if you're sitting on cash, there's probably never been a better time to buy. If you can get a mortgage, the rates, there was an announcement just this morning, that the rates are at the lowest they've been in 5 years. So the challenge right now is if you don't have really, really good credit, it's really, really hard to get traditional financing.
And the places you want to look again are where the foreclosure rates are the highest: Florida, California, Nevada. It's just a mirror image of the places that are having trouble, where the investors are eventually going to flock. Now, do you see that folks are, jamming these areas, trying to pick up the deals? And is now really the time, or is it more like late 2008?
It's always dangerous to try and time a market bottom or a market top. The only way you know you've hit the bottom is if the prices start to go back up, and by that time you've missed your mark. So the prices have been depressed enough in a lot of these areas so that if you have a longer-term horizon, you almost can't lose on a purchase.
Wow, that sounds good. Okay, let's talk about your outlook. Look forward, your crystal ball. What other areas might become rife with foreclosures, great opportunities for investors?
There are already places that are good opportunities that will get better. We talked about Michigan and Ohio a couple minutes ago, Indiana, places in the Midwest where you have unemployment issues on top of some of the subprime issues. They're getting houses for 50, 60 cents on the dollar right now in places like that.
Yeah, I know. In Detroit, you can find houses that are cheaper than cars right now. It's a pretty grim prospect.
Yes, you can.
All right, Rick. Thanks for your time today. We really appreciate it.